People are pissed about Airbnb's fees, so Airbnb is getting rid of them, kind of.
We are the Real Estate Robinsons. Hey everyone, if this is your first time here, I'm Sarah.
I'm Tony.
And we're real estate investors who quit our day jobs by investing in short-term rentals, and we're here to show you how you can do the same.
So one of the biggest knocks against Airbnb has been the fact that travelers feel kind of duped when they're looking for properties on the platform. So pretty much forever on Airbnb, when you search for a property as a guest, the search results would show you a price, and it was usually like the nightly rate for that property. But the price you saw in the search results and the price you saw at checkout were sometimes really different.
Yeah, I've experienced that too. And that's because Airbnb charges extra fees on top of the nightly price for the property. So once you add the cleaning fees, service fees, and any other fees, guests could sometimes end up paying double or more than the price that they originally saw when they clicked on that property.
So Airbnb has listened to this feedback, right, which has been super loud, especially over the last couple of months, and they're rolling out some changes to deal with this. So we just want to talk through an article that Airbnb posted and kind of share our thoughts on this. I just want to share that we also launched our coaching program. So it's an Airbnb business building coaching program. It's called Alpha Host Academy. We are still currently in beta mode, but if you join during the beta testing, you get some crazy cool stuff. First, it's a lifetime membership for anyone who joins during the beta launch. You'll get a mix of both group coaching and one-on-one coaching. And of course, like the on-demand content. And our goal is to help you escape the rat race and replace your 9-to-5 within 5 years or less. So if you're interested in booking a discovery call, learn more about Alpha Host Academy, head over to therealestaterobinsons.com/book a call. All right, so the first change that Airbnb is talking about here is the total price display. This is the big one, right? So it says, starting in December, we will begin rolling out the option to display the price in countries without existing price display requirements. But basically it says the total price will include all fees before taxes and be shown in the search results as well as on the map, filter, and listings page. Before confirming their booking, guests can still see a full price breakdown that shows Airbnb service fees, discounts, and taxes. So basically what they're saying is that when people search now, they will see the entire booking amount. So if I say I want to stay at this property for 3 nights, it's going to show me the nightly rate that guests have to pay, plus the Airbnb service fees, plus any fees that the hosts have included, which are typically cleaning fees or sometimes other fees that hosts are in there. So I honestly don't really think this is a bad thing, right? I like that it gives the guests more transparency.
Perhaps you're right.
And actually, I don't know if it talks about this in the article, but the next point here is that Airbnb is going to change how they're ranking the search results. So before, the search results, like one of the big factors was the nightly rates, but it wasn't taking into account the fees that hosts were charging. So if we had a really low nightly rate, but then we had a bunch of extra fees tacked on, and Airbnb allows you to charge custom fees on top of just cleaning fees, then those lower priced ADR properties would show up higher in the search results, even though in the back end they'd be more expensive. So it really does kind of level the playing field to encourage hosts to be a little bit more transparent about their pricing. I think the other thing that we're going to see, and Airbnb's talked about this, and we're actually experimenting with this on one of our properties, is just to remove the fees altogether. So we can't get rid of the Airbnb service fees, but like the fees that you tack on as a host, the biggest one being the cleaning fee, it might make more sense now just to have no cleaning fee and just slightly increase your ADRs, since now guests, when they search, they'll see the entire price anyway. So like right now, one of our listings, it literally says no cleaning fee. And that property kind of got off to a rough start, but once we made that change, we've seen a pretty strong improvement in bookings, and revenue has pretty much stayed the same, because even though we got rid of the cleaning fee, we just kind of increased the pricing a little bit to offset that change.
But before we keep going, we've got an amazing in-person event coming up that I want to tell you about. It's a 3-day event focused all on teaching you how to buy, manage, and scale your own short-term rental portfolio. We'll walk you through all the steps you'll need to follow to get started, and we have so many good speakers lined up to bring you even more value. The event is in Orlando, Florida on Friday, January 20th through Sunday, the 22nd. So if you want to learn more, head over to the website, which is strsummit.com. We currently have early bird tickets on sale now, but prices will go up, so lock yours in before it's too late.
And if you're not yet an Airbnb host, you can sign up using our link in the description. You will get a cash bonus for signing up. and we'll get a small cash bonus for referring you. All right, so let's get back to the article here. So again, we love the idea of the search results kind of prioritizing total price now. We think that's actually a good thing for hosts. Something else the article calls out is that they're going to launch new pricing tools in 2023. We don't really care about that at all because we don't use Airbnb's smart pricing tool. We use Price Labs, and we definitely encourage all of our subscribers who use some kind of dynamic pricing tool as well, because it's going to work better for you as the host if you do.
But you never know. We don't know what those tools
but it's not going to sync across multiple platforms,
That's
right?
True,
so it's like you need a dynamic pricing tool if you're on more than one platform, and you all should be on more than one platform.
All right, and the next thing this article says that they will improve their guest checkout. So we're providing guidance to hosts that if they have checkout requests, they should be reasonable and displayed to guests before they book. So that's just like a fancy way of saying your checkout instructions need to be reasonable, yeah. What do you think about that?
I mean, it says guests should not have to do unreasonable checkout tasks such as stripping the beds, doing laundry, or vacuuming when leaving their Airbnb. But we think it is reasonable to ask guests to turn off the lights, throw food in the trash, and lock their doors, just like they would when leaving their own home.
That's really interesting to me. So I feel like you always hear of all of the I feel like the most negative stuff you hear from travelers are the cleaning fees and the tedious checkout instruction list. So I'm so curious how, what's gonna change, you know? Do you think we need to personally change our checkout instructions?
I don't think anything we ask for is necessarily unreasonable. You know, it's like we ask them to put their towels on the floor just so we know that those are dirty used towels. But even if they don't, we're probably gonna pull the towels out anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I do that anyways. The beds, we don't ask them to strip the beds. Some guests do on their own, but that's not our requirement.
Yeah, we don't ask them to do. The only thing we ask them to do is in our tiny homes, and we talked about this in a previous video, is not leave any dirty dishes. And that's just because we don't have a dishwasher at that property. So there's a bunch of dirty dishes, just it is a strain on our cleaners to be able to keep the schedule for the day if they have to do a bunch of dishes at every property. But
or load the dishwasher and run the dishwasher at the properties that do have one. We do ask them to do that.
But even that, it's just throw it in the dishwasher, you know?
I don't think so. I know, you're saying it's not unreasonable.
Yeah,
I don't think it's unreasonable. I think that's courtesy, you know? I don't know, but we do get some guests that push back and are annoyed by that. They're like, we just had a guest message us this week saying,
how is there a cleaning fee, but you're asking me to do the dishes?
And I think it's just one of those, not everybody's gonna see eye to eye, but stick to your checkout rules. If you think they are reasonable, I would say stick with them. Yeah. Some easy ones that I can call out that I think are super unreasonable. The laundry, I feel like that is crazy.
Don't ask your guests to do laundry.
Vacuuming, I also think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Unless they brought a pet.
Yeah.
Unless they brought a pet and that's part of your pet rules, for them to vacuum. I don't think that's that crazy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. What else is a little bit crazy?
We stayed at an Airbnb over the summer. They asked us to do not 1 but 2 loads of laundry, and we did 0.
We had someone ask us to mow their lawn one time.
That was in that. I saw them in a Reddit thread.
Did you? I made that up, dork. But Tony did not go with this lie I was going for.
No, that was in the Reddit thread that I showed you.
What? Maybe I literally just made that up right now.
No,
it'd be funny. You did not laugh at my joke. But anyways, unreasonable stuff I think is kind of obvious to the average person, but we've definitely heard and seen ourselves that there are crazy tasks being asked, and that is just such a turnoff for a traveler, right? When you go to a hotel, they're not asking you to do all these crazy things, So I don't know. So at the beginning of this article, they did say starting in December, they will be rolling this out with the option to display. So I guess it is at the discretion of every host.
So guys, I don't think this is anything to freak out about, right?
Yeah.
Again, I honestly do think this is good for the platform in general. It provides more transparency for the guests. It allows you as a host to be more competitive with your overall pricing, not just your ADR. So in the long run, I think this will be a positive thing for everyone on the platform. So that's it for today, guys. We appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm Tony.
I'm Sarah.
And we are
the Real Estate Robinsons.